Andrew Buckle. In this tutorial I'm just going to show you how you can create some interesting blur effects using different shapes with different channels using the Shape Blur tool. Now, got an image here in London, St Giles High Street, very nice part of London, and just going to go to Filter and I can run the Shape Blur just in RGB. But to actually get more interesting effects, you can actually just go to the red channel, just select the red channel, you see the red channels there, and filter and blur and shape blur. And you can actually, what happens is you've got a range of different radius and different shapes you can use. Now these ones are actually from Graphic Extras, but of course there's numerous other shapes available on the web. You can select any of these designs, don't have to use the same one in each of the channels, and you can modify the different radius settings so you can get different blurring effects there. So I'm just going to go with that. Click OK. Now just go to the green channel and filter and blur, shape blur, and select a different one. So you get a slightly different shape blur. Now obviously depending on the design, I'm going to go with that design, and you can make the radius a bit greater for that one, so it's a lot more blur there. Then go to the blue and go to filter and blur and shape blur, and maybe select the first one there and make it very, very subtle. So just, you can go for say like 5. You can update the setting just by the arrows, up and down arrows. So if you press the up and down arrows, you can make it 9, 10 without actually entering it. So you can just see the subtle changes there, and click OK. Now just go back to the standard RGB channel, and there you have a weird and wonderful blur. Now you can also add additional things here. Obviously you can just go for the adjustments, and auto tone is just quite a nice one. You can actually modify that, or you can maybe use with adjustments and HDR toning or vibrancy, etc. It's great. Again, more unusual color effects. Also, you can of course combine with fade. So actually in this video I just didn't do that, so I could have also just gone over here back to the original and select the red, and you can just apply it quickly that way, filter, shape blur, and you could have actually then faded the shape blur. Sometimes it works best if you fade it, so you can just create slightly more subtle blurs instead of just a really complete blur. And again, you can apply different effects to different ones, and you can go to shape blur there, modify the setting again, and again, like I say, you can use the up and down arrows just to modify the pixels and apply that. And then of course you can also go to edit and fade shape blur, but also, as well as just modifying the opacity, you can also use with darken, color burn, and they all create their own interesting color effects. You don't have to apply the shape blur to all the channels, so you just could apply it just to red and green, and then just go back to that, and you've got therefore slightly unusual purplish blur effect added to that St Giles High Street in London. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.